Imagine waking up tomorrow and every single person on Earth has moved their money into cryptocurrency. No bank balances, no savings accounts, no cash in circulation.
Just crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoins, digital wallets. What happens next?
First, the banks collapse immediately. Traditional banks operate on fractional reserve systems. They only hold a small percentage of deposits in actual liquid form. Everyone withdraws at the same time, even digitally. The system breaks. Mass bank insolvency begins within hours. Stock markets panic. Bank shares crash. Global financial institutions freeze withdrawals.
Central banks rush to intervene. But there's a problem. If the money is already moved into decentralized crypto wallets, they can't reverse it.
Now imagine the next 24 hours. Bitcoin's price explodes. Not gradually, violently. Because crypto markets were never designed to absorb the entire global money supply in a single day. Liquidity disappears, exchanges overload, networks clog, transaction fees skyrocket. Ethereum gas fees might hit thousands of dollars per transaction. Even Bitcoin blocks would be completely full. The blockchain becomes congested beyond anything we've ever seen.
But here's the deeper issue. Governments lose monetary control. Right now, central banks influence economies by controlling interest rates, money supply, inflation policy. If everyone moves to decentralized crypto, central banks lose that control overnight. No more printing money, no more quantitative easing, no more emergency stimulus.
Now comes the political reaction. Governments don't surrender power quietly. Effective immediately, we are enacting emergency regulations to maintain order.
The government has just deregulations would likely be announced immediately.
Crypto exchanges could be forced offline. Internet restrictions might increase in some regions. Capital controls could be imposed.
Now let's talk about volatility. If trillions of dollars suddenly enter crypto markets, prices would not stabilize. They would become dangerously unstable.
Early holders of major cryptocurrencies would become unbelievably wealthy occur instantly. Inequality might spike dramatically. New crypto elites could emerge within days, and that creates social tension.
Now imagine businesses. Most global companies still operate in fiat currencies. If suppliers demand crypto, companies must adapt instantly. Payroll systems would break. Accounting systems would collapse. Tax collection becomes chaotic. Governments rely on fiat for taxation. If transactions happen in private wallets, tracking taxable income becomes far more complex. Entire legal frameworks would need rewriting. But here's something surprising. Long term, the system might stabilize. Markets always find equilibrium. Layer 2 scalings might dominate daily transactions. New crypto-based lending systems would replace banks. DeFi protocols could become the new financial backbone. Instead of banks approving loans, smart contracts would. Instead of central banks managing inflation, algorithmic supply systems would, but this transition would not be smooth. It would be chaotic. There's also a global power shift. The US dollar currently dominates global trade. If the world shifts to crypto, dollar dominance weakens. Geopolitical power rebalances. Countries that embraced crypto early might gain advantage. Countries that resist could face capital flight. The global economic map changes permanently.
Now ask yourself something deeper. If money becomes fully decentralized, who becomes accountable during crises?
If markets crash, who steps in? There is no crypto Federal Reserve, no lender of last resort. In a decentralized system, responsibility shifts to individuals, and that is both empowering and dangerous.
So, would the world be better if everyone moved to crypto overnight? It would be freer, more transparent, harder to manipulate, but also more volatile, less controlled, more uncertain. The financial revolution would happen instantly. But revolutions are never quiet. The real question isn't, what if everyone moved to crypto? It's, is the world slowly moving there already?